So this is my first time filming in this new space. Right now it's a little barren, hoping to fix that soon. We are in the process of moving in. I'm also off a busy street, so we gotta figure out sound and stuff, but here we go. Diablo is a 2015 film starring Walton Goggins and Scott Eastwood in his first Western. It has a basic Western setup. This guy's wife is kidnapped by a group of people and he's going to get her back. I'm going to talk about this movie in depth. I think you really have to in order to fully appreciate and understand where I'm coming from with this. This movie doesn't have good reviews. And the only reason I can really think of for that is that it's not a Western in the traditional sense. It's very much a criticism of the genre. The big twist of the movie, there's actually two. One of them's very obvious, and then the other one I don't think is quite as obvious. The first one is that Walton Goggins, who is chasing Scott Eastwood throughout the film, is Scott Eastwood. It's a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde Fight Club setup where Walton Goggins is doing all these bad things. You blame it on him, but it's actually just Scott Eastwood. That twist I saw coming. I really did. I saw it coming from a mile away. But the second twist, that Scott Eastwood's wife was actually kidnapped initially by Scott Eastwood, and the people that came and got her at the beginning of the movie were just getting back their sister or relative. That got me. And knowing that on a second viewing, you start to really realize that this is not just a Western, it's a deconstruction of the genre. Think about it. Western movies, especially the classics of the genre, have stereotypes about minorities, about the white man going in and killing minority people in order to get what they think they deserve. This movie has that same basic premise, but it delivers it in a way where no longer is that seen as a good thing. It's very much seen as a bad thing. You are following the bad guy even if you don't know it at first. Then when it comes to the damsel in distress trope, you have this guy going after this girl that doesn't want to be saved. She's very much happy where she is now. And I just think that's an interesting twist too. There's other elements to this movie other than just the Western ones. You could argue that this movie is horror adjacent. The scene that comes to mind for me is when Scott Eastwood is given drugs and has a vision of his brother who he killed in the Civil War. That scene is genuinely frightening and sets us up for this spiral into madness that we are about to go into. And then if you want to say that this is a horror movie or horror adjacent, you can take it as a twist on that genre too. In that genre, you expect to be following a potential victim, a hero in a bad situation. And you're set up to think that that's the case here. However, it's very much not. You are following the bad guy, and while at first you may sympathize with him, once you get the full picture, you don't. Again, that's an interesting twist on the horror genre because now you're sympathizing with the killer rather than fearing them. The acting in the movie, I think, is really good. I think Scott Eastwood is good for what he is. He very much reminds me of his father, but Walton Goggins steals the show. He's just great in everything he's in, and I enjoyed very much watching him here. The movie just kind of ends where Scott Eastwood comes out of a room ready to shoot somebody. You hear a gunshot and it freeze frames. It very much reminded me of the ending of Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I didn't initially like it, but the more I thought about it, I think I do. Overall, this movie gets a lot of hate. It has like a 4.5 on IMDb, and I just don't quite understand that. I really do think a big reason for that is the criticisms of the genre, while also marketing itself as a part of the genre. People wanting to just go see a classic Western with the son of the man with no name aren't going to quite get that here. They are going to have to think about it, and I just don't think people like that about it. Overall, I really enjoyed Diablo. I think it gets a lot of unjust criticism because it is a well-acted and well-shot movie. The only thing I can really think of is that it is a criticism. I'm going to give Diablo an A-. That might sound really high, but I highly enjoyed the movie, and I really liked what it had to say about the genre as a whole. Thank you for watching this review. If you like these reviews, there's more coming. I have other stuff coming to the channel too. If you want to follow me on other platforms, my TikTok and Twitch are Thomas_Yazer. My Instagram and Twitter links are in the description below. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.